Hey guys, good morning. Just a real quick video here to give you something to think about today. Have you ever wondered why the freedom of speech is your First Amendment? Think about that for a minute. The very first amendment is freedom of speech. You know, freedom of speech is the foundation and the building blocks of our society. The freedom to speak our minds, our voice, our opinion, our thoughts, to agree, disagree, to have conversations. It's the bedrock of all our other freedoms. Take your time and think about that for a second. You know, freedom of speech, that's your fundamental human rights. You know, today it's being taken for granted, and most Americans don't even understand the value of free speech. When you forget how important free speech really is, it becomes endangered. And when it becomes endangered, so does all your other freedoms. Because if people can take away your free speech, they can take away your Second Amendment rights, your Fourth Amendment rights, your Fifth Amendment rights, your 14th Amendment rights. You know, so that's just something, a little food for thought this morning. You know, nobody should be censored for what you think. You know, freedom of speech is open to disagreements, criticize, but it should never, ever be censored. You know, there's very few cases where your freedom of speech should be censored. And to me, that's when it comes down to making a physical threat against someone, making a physical threat against an organization or an establishment, then that's where you should be held accountable. But the problem is we are held accountable, but social media, because of Act 230, is not held accountable for anything that they let post on their site. And it takes an act of Congress to get it removed. And nobody wants to take on this issue. I have spoken with everybody from the Supreme Court to the Judiciary Committee to the congressmen, the senators, governors, and nobody wants to take on that issue of Act 230. So we will continue to be censored. Certain groups will be censored. Certain thoughts, certain ideas will be censored. Not everybody. So under your 14th Amendment, you know, the phrase equal rights, it's no longer equal.